When it comes to Atomy, being a smart shopper doesn't mean just saving money. It's really making intentional choices for your family, for your health, and even for your lifestyle. Okay, so this is something that I just did a couple of minutes back because I feel so excited to share with you on how to be a smart shopper. So number one, you have to do your research. I believe that when you use something, you should be knowledgeable or at least have the basic ingredients of that product, why you want it for yourself. A lot of people just use just because you watch it on TV or someone said this is okay. But if I'm going to ask you about the product, you can say anything about it, right? And that is often the case. You don't know what it's made of, what chemicals it has, what benefit it has. It's just that it's a popular brand, and that's what we do most often. So here, I'm challenging you to do your research, just like in Atomy. It's very easy, very, very easy. Because in our website, you can already see the item, and then it will tell you something about the product, okay? How to use it, what are the ingredients, and what are the benefits. And I believe that is something we owe to ourselves, and that's just being smart, right? And also, there are a lot of YouTube or information or brochures wherein you can find out more about the product. ChatGPT will always answer you if you ask about Atomy products. That's also another thing, okay? Number two is choose need over price. I can never overstress this enough. Most often we buy something because it's cheap and not because we need it. I'm very guilty of this because I flew for a long time, and I remember I would be so excited every time you go to different countries and I'd see a lot of things. I don't need them, but I end up buying too many things that I don't really need. And you know, I feel so guilty because I have lots of things at home that I remember would still have tags and they would be there for years and I wouldn't be able to use it. And that's because I just love to shop, and that's not a good thing. But here's the trick. In order to become a smart shopper, we all went through some bad times when we knew we made all the mistakes in shopping, and deliberately we are just really wasting money instead of really doing the right thing of buying only what we need, okay? So cheap doesn't mean we need it. It's just a temptation. So ask again, do you need it? Do you want it? Or it's just something you just, I just got to have it because it's cheap. No, that's not a good way to shop. Okay, number three, you wait for promos of bundles and discounts. In Atomy and the website, if you are already a member, you would see there are always announcements on products that they would offer at the discount. For instance, there's always the Himuhim plus one. So if you're a user of Himuhim, you always wait for the time when these products are being sold with that kind of promotion. It happens maybe once or twice a year. I don't know, maybe even more. And you know, plus one box of Himuhim will save you 5,100 pesos. There are a lot of bundle packages also. They have the beauty package. I think they have the supplement package. So they have all of those things wherein sometimes it's the PVs that are higher but the prices are the same, or sometimes the prices are lower. So you can check on that. Okay, if you're chasing after PV because you're a distributor, then that is also good because that would still earn you commission and it would also add up to your savings. But if you're just a consumer, it's also good because this is one way of saving money. Anyway, if you are a repeat buyer, you just have to watch and see. Maybe there are things that, like for instance, the supplements. There was a time when like 4 or 5 of those supplements I need already, and they put it in a bundle. So that was nice because I could just buy it at a cheaper price, okay? They also have sometimes like buy one, take one. And I don't know, I'm not sure if it's just the PVs or the prices that really went down. But you can check it out there in your announcements in your website. Now next, pull your purchases. What do I mean? There are people like sometimes some of my friends are just single. They're just alone in their home. So they would think, what would I do with 5 tubes of toothpaste, which I will probably be using for more than a year, right? And you stock it up because she's just alone. So what you do is you can pull your resources, like maybe this one could be for your mom or your son or something, or maybe you have a friend who's also with Atomy, then you can share. Why don't we have this? You know, we used to do that when I used to fly, and we would go to Costco in the States, and there are really a lot of items that are being sold in bulk, and we don't really need that much, right? So sometimes there's just 3 creamer in one, and we will just tell my friends that why don't we just get one, eat one of each, and that's really pooling resources. You can also do that in Atomy, right? Because they have a lot of items that are sets, like the toothbrushes. So that's one thing, and there are other things. So you can check it out. Now, I can also see that you need to commit to the system. What do I mean? As I said with the skincare products, I believe that you have to use the whole thing and not just use 1 or 2 and still use it together with your other items for the face. Why? Because you'll never see the full benefits of the product, and you wouldn't even know what is working. Is it my old product or the new product? Because you mixed it together. So for the full system to work, you have to buy the whole thing, and so that you can appreciate it very much to know that the product is working for you. My sister did just that. She uses a lot of things, and most often I asked her, does it work? And she couldn't even answer. I don't know anymore what's working, what's not, because she's been mixing a lot of things. She doesn't buy the whole set. With me, I always buy the whole set. I think that's being smart, because you're after the benefits, remember? It's not just like, I just have a little of this, maybe it would help. Maybe it would help, but the thing is, you would always have something at the back of your head and you're not sure if it really helped or not. But if you remove everything and just concentrate on this new product and stick to it, and you would know that it really helps. If your skin is improving, are you lessening your lines? Are you looking younger, more youthful? So that's just how it is, right? Okay, sorry, I had to be really reading this because I just really wrote this down this morning. You also need to be responsible. What do I mean? When you are a responsible shopper, that means you have to know the instructions on how to use it. You don't expect like, okay, I'm going to buy this and then I have my own idea of how to use it and I use it the same way. Just for instance, like laundry detergent. We've gotten used to the fact that we use so much, right? So much powder, so much laundry detergent in our washing machines because that's the instructions of most of the brands that we've been using, like a full cup, this much. And then here's Atomy. You have just a scoop. And you didn't read the instructions. And then you put, oh, how come they only have a scoop? And say you put 5. And that is so concentrated. And then your clothes starts bleeding and fading because that's over and above what is needed. So be responsible. Read the instructions, know what you're using, how to use it, how much to use. And in Atomy, you'll really save a lot of money because most often you only need very little, and that little goes a long way. Now, what else? Respect natural products. Okay, natural products often have expiration shorter than those that are chemically laden. You know, it doesn't have, if you compare it to organic food would spoil faster, and the non-organic food would really stay longer in your fridge, three weeks, like a vegetable, and the organics just really less than 1 week, right? And I think in natural products, it's the same way. Atomy always has an expiration date. Look at that all the time. So don't stock up so much, because you might end up looking at the products and then you see, oh my, these are all expired already. And you would really hesitate to use it, not unless you're so bold enough to experience whatever surprises if you still use it. I don't use expired products, especially for the skin. Maybe for laundry or anything, that's good, but anything that I use for my skin or my hair, I really stick to the expiration date. Maybe a month expired or 2 months expired is good, but 6 months more, that is really scary already. So just be aware that these are natural products, so they also need the right storage, the right temperature. So don't put them in counters where it's really too hot and exposed to extreme heat, because it may not also be as effective anymore by the time you use it. Okay, so invest in benefits, not just the prices. Okay, I told you about need over prices a while ago. Now these are benefits against prices. Okay, with me, I often go for the benefits, and that's the reason why I stuck it out with Atomy. Most of the products that I use, I'm really enjoying the benefits so much, and I realized that this company really has premium brands. And for somebody who has traveled to so many countries, having premium products within your reach is really a plus. And I don't fly anymore. I'm retired, so I'm also being careful with my money. So what's nice about the benefits is that it's long term. Later on, you would see that it's going to be good for your health, which would save you on cost on medicines or medical bills. You become sickly or whatever. So you do improve your lifestyle, and this is something you need to invest in. I've been asked so many times by a lot of my friends before, because I'm the type who would really invest in something that is healthy. And they say, why are you buying that? It's so expensive. And I say, well, it's really adding quality to my life. If I can add 5 years of quality to my life and delay that aging process, why not? I mean, that gives you joy, and that is definitely, I think, being smart in investing in your health. Okay? Now, what else? Don't mix with harsh chemicals. I think I would like to compare this with something like, if you want everything in your kitchen to be all natural products, then don't mix it with something that has chemicals or whatever. I'll give you an example. In my kitchen, I use all Atomy: dish liquid, sponge, and the steel wool, okay? The steel scrub. I also use the dish washing liquid as something to wash my vegetables and fruits. And I also use that dish liquid, just a pump, with water, put it in a spray bottle, and this is what I use to spray my kitchen. I sprayed it on the counters, I spray it on my appliances, refs, whatever. And that makes me feel that I'm not spreading chemicals all over the place. So they are food friendly and they will not harm me. So if I will be mixing something else while using this, then it defeats the purpose. Let's say I use a strong chemical, like let's say at night, I really want to use something much stronger, okay? Then what's the point of using the Atomy? You're just thinking it's just saving you money, because really it saves you a lot of money by just having something to clean your counters and appliances with just a tiny bit of a pump from the dish liquid, and all the rest is water. Boy, that would really save you money. But then again, the benefit that it will not hurt you, it will not, at least your counters, I'm sure that when I put food there, it's not dirty. I don't know if you get me, because there's no chemical. There's no chemical. It's just really all natural. In the same way that I remember my husband was saying this. I was praying on counters and he said, "Oh, don't go so much near the food." And I said, "Don't worry. Don't you know that we use this to wash our vegetables and fruits, so it will not harm us?" So that's how confident I am with Atomy. So don't mix it up. Otherwise, it really would defeat the purpose. Okay? And then last but not least is live healthy as a mindset. What do I mean? Okay, being a smart shopper is not just about being choosy about your food or your beauty. Being a smart shopper is really looking at it long term. It's more of the air we breathe, the things we touch, and the things we consume. So all of this will all add up later on when you see that how come this person is healthier than the other person. It's always the lifestyle. And being a smart shopper doesn't just mean saving money, as I said from the very beginning. It's really more about knowing your body, honoring your body, doing the best you can so that you are fit, you are healthy, you're clean living. And that's the reason why most people use natural products now. Because remember, almost everything is harmful, from the food we eat, the air we're breathing. I mean, all of these are causing us to get sick. And there are people who have become more conscious, more aware of what they use because of all these environmental effects on our body. Times have changed. It used to be simple. We used to breathe clean air, but now it's polluted. So we need to help our body also get healthy. We cannot just think that what used to work a long time ago is still working now. And we all know it's not working. And I believe perhaps that's the reason why Atomy came out with natural products, because it's not just about having premium brands. There are a lot of premium brands that are using a lot of things that are harmful, like a lipstick with lead. I'm sure you've heard about it, and these are branded. But with Atomy, they preserve that culture of ensuring that everything is all natural. And of course, when you say natural, it doesn't mean that there's really no chemicals at all. Some have, but only at a certain extent that it is still safe. And that's how much I trust Atomy. So if you want to be a smart shopper, maybe I'll have more tips in some of my other videos. And if you have ideas on how to become a smart shopper, I would like to hear from you from the comments below. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and I hope that we can always have an exchange of what's happening in your life, what's happening in my life, so that we can all live simply and healthy. Until next time.